Hi Jim, welcome to my website first of all. Just want to say it's a pleasure to see you again, and I hear you've been enjoying the week, and you now want to take the teaching you've been hearing home with you. So what particularly have you been enjoying on the week?
Blimey, how big's your memory card, Rich? No, I mean, before I get into that, I just really want to say how important I think these types of conferences are for not just the older or mature Christians, as I would say, but from a person who's been a Christian for 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 years, or 5 centuries, I don't know. I think it is important to come to a place where teaching is the centre, where the Bible is the centre, where the Word of God is proclaimed, where the gospel is adored, loved, cherished, and wants to be. When people want to have that in their hearts always. If the gospel's there, then the teaching will follow, and it will just strike people back. And I think that's what's really important. And I think that's what I've been learning throughout these tracks, particularly through the seminars. I've attended Rough Guide to Preaching seminar, and it's really talking about how to proclaim the gospel in a way that's true, faithful, and relevant, and in a way that will. We're not there to persuade. We're not there to make them become Christians. We can't do that. It's impossible. Only the Holy Spirit can do that.
Yeah, only God.
And I think that is the fundamental of preaching. We have to be true to the word.
Yeah.
We have to be faithful to the word.
Yeah.
And yes, there is elements of persuasion, of course, definitely. But we're not looking to make just loads and loads of converts. We're looking to make disciples, and that's what's really important, I think. And I think this is a great opportunity for students to come and learn about preaching. You don't have to be 55 years old to start preaching.
Yep.
You can be 18, and it's a great way to help, proclaim that gospel to other people. It's a great way to learn that from some people who really got it.
Cool. You've been going to a Rough Guide to Preaching, you just said. Is there any key Bible passages from that track that were used during that time that you want to recommend people to look at?
Okay, Joshua 1. I think lots of people have been looking at that and saying that, this is all about me, this is all about how it relates to me as a leader and all this. No, it doesn't. Yes, it has important applications for our lives, but it's actually to Joshua. God was talking to Joshua, and we've got to get that application. So God spoke to Joshua, then He speaks to us. It isn't like, oh no, it's not just all about us. And I think Bible preaching can suddenly become something so self-centered we kind of forget what the whole context is about. And that's something that I'm really trying to remember through my preaching. It's about the passage and about the people there, not all about self-centered. About
yes, it's the whole thing about a text without a context is just a con. Yeah.
Good one. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Someone told me that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay. I was also going to ask you about Christian unions, because you now are spending a year working with Christian unions. What do you do, and what would you say to someone who's at university about why a CU is important and why they should go?
That's a loaded question.
That's a big question.
That's a loaded question, Rich. Well, I'm doing a discipleship training with UCCF. It's called the Relay program. It's a 10-month program based around you're placed in a CU across the country, either in a place you've studied or you haven't. I went back to the university that I studied at, Southampton Solent, and a CU is a place where Christian students come together to reach non-Christian students, to tell the gospel to their friends. It is the church arm, it is the missionary arm of the UK church in the educational establishment. Big words, but that's what it is. It is the missionary arm of the church. But it's not, I think lots of people kind of think that UCCF is always, evangelism. Yes, it's important. Don't get me wrong, evangelism is massively important, but discipleship is also incredibly important. And I think that the CUs plays a role in discipling students. Teachers from the churches come in, students come in, different types of people come in, and they disciple the students to get them ready, to get them fired up, to get them to help answering these questions, to really be biblically focused on evangelism, not guilt-tripped to evangelise, but biblically centred.
And I think people get a real idea, perhaps for the first time in their lives, of what it means to actually try and share the gospel. And
totally.
Yeah.
I mean, before I came to university, really young Christian.
Yeah.
And then I walked in, and a few weeks of being to the CU, we're going to go and speak to people about Jesus. to repeat that?
Yeah.
It was revolutionary to me. It's like, what is this about? And I remember when you were my relay worker, Rich, and you were doing this discipleship program. I remember, yeah, right, I'm not going to do something like that. No way, Jose. And look where I am. Look what God's done. And it is a place where I've seen not just myself, but so many other people become transformed through the gospel and grown in the gospel and grown in Christ and become great lovers of Him, and then great proclaimers because of that love. And it's go to see you. That's what I'd say.
Excellent. Thank you very much for spending some time with me. Thanks.